Hello everybody, and welcome back to the World's Greatest Trainer Tournament. We're still in round 2, but it's time for the second chance. Which of these trainers will fight to maintain their place in the tournament and allow them to go into round 3 will be decided here today. First up, we have an iconic match, which is going to be gold versus silver. They managed to randomize against each other. This will be very interesting, which I am very much looking forward to. With that said, let's get this underway while I sort the teams and we'll see who I'm playing today. Okay, who am I going to be controlling? I'm going to be controlling gold in today's battle. Can gold achieve victory over silver? Or will silver prove is he indeed the best rival for gold and his superior? That said, I'm going to formulate the teams and I'll be right back. Okay, the teams are locked in. Can gold beat silver and knock him out of the tournament? Or will silver prove triumphant and prove that he is a rival and he doesn't lack anything? He definitely has what it takes to make it to the tournament finals. With that said, let's get this underway. It should be an interesting battle indeed.
A hot battle involving the hopeful champs of tomorrow has just started.
Gold leads with his Raichu and silver leads with for Alligator. An unfortunately bad matchup for silver here, starting off this battle. Raichu's can stay in and go for a Thunderbolt. Will it be enough to take out the Alligator in one hit, or will it live? It definitely lives, and it's able to get off a devastating Earthquake, which Raichu will definitely not appreciate here. That does some serious damage, but Raichu manages to hang on, and a Thunderbolt will take care of the Feraligatr here and now, removing Silver's starter Pokemon that he stole from Professor L from the battle. Out comes Gengar. Raichu is too injured right now to be able to put up much of a fight against this. What will they do? Gold is going to call back Raichu and sends out Typhlosion. Out comes Shadow Ball from the Gengar here, which they are definitely not going to appreciate taking, but they eat it relatively well. Will Silver choose to stay in, or will he switch this one out? He definitely chooses to switch out, not wanting to risk any further harm coming to his Gengar, which he knows is a threat. Out comes Crobat, and unfortunately an Earthquake is not going to be able to hit the flying bat Pokemon, as Crobat is able to just glide above the sharp rocks of the ground. Gold, however, is going to switch out and brings in Sudowoodo. Confused Ray is unleashed, however, by the Crobat, which Sudowoodo will definitely not appreciate taking. With this predicament, Gold switches out once again. And goes into his Togetic. Will it be able to put up a fight against Crobat in the sky? The Giga Drain is coming, and it manages to eat it without too much difficulty. Leftovers will recuperate back to full HP, and it's able to continue on with this battle. However, it seems they are going to be switching once again. And they go into Sneasel, who is going to get a +2 attack boost thanks to the move that Togetic went for. Who will he switch into? He switches back the Togetic, not wanting to stay in on this Sneasel, who now has a +2 attack. And he switches to his Typhlosion. They also make a switch, however, not wanting to risk the confusion chance as they go into Magneton. Interesting. Unfortunately, Typhlosion is going to outspeed and goes for the 4-time super effective Earthquake. Will it be enough to take down Magneton here? Unfortunately not, as it sets up the Rain Dance, dampening his Fire-type abilities on the battlefield. However, not seemingly phased, another Earthquake will be unleashed, and it will take down the Magneton here and now. Silver so far not off to a good start, as Gold has all his Pokemon still intact. Out comes the Alakazam, a fast and powerful threat of a Pokemon. It will definitely outspeed Typhlosion here and get off a solid Psychic Blast, which will really hurt. But it matches Sangon with a Focus Band as it sticks around in the battle and goes for an Earthquake, attacking Alakazam's frailer physical defense, but doesn't do enough to bring it under half, as Alakazam is still able to stay on the battlefield and continue its reign of terror. Out comes a Psychic for the Alakazam, and that will be the end of Typhlosion. An unfortunate upset for Gold as he loses his ace. Finally losing a Pokemon on the battlefield, what will he go into next? Gold switches into his Politoed, eager to get this battle underway.
The white-hot battle continues.
Alakazam, however, is faster and will go for a solid Psychic Blast here against the Politoed, but it manages to eat it relatively well and retaliates with a Waterfall. Will it be enough to do any serious damage? It is, bringing Tyrone quite low, which is unfortunate for Silver. Rain ends on the battlefield, no longer having the Waterfall boost. But a Psychic is going to come in from the Alakazam. Will it take out Politoed here? It gets a crit and takes it down. That is severely unfortunate for Gold here, as he loses another Pokemon to Alakazam. Out comes Sunflora at full health and ready to take on this threat of an Alakazam. What will it be able to do? Will it be able to do anything? As they go for Recover. Ooh. Giga Drain goes off. Does a decent amount of damage, but it's not going to be enough to break through this Alakazam here. Alakazam's going to go for Recover again, which is unfortunate for Gold, as this one being healthy means it can continue on its onslaught, but he raises his special attack of his Sunflora to allow it to get in some serious damage on the Alakazam here. As Alakazam switches back, not wanting to stay in and take a boosted special attack from the Sunflora. They go out into Crobat, a very fine switch of course. As Giga Drain is unleashed, but with Crobat's typing, that'll be 4 times resisted and will do no damage. That is incredibly unfortunate for this trainer.
What impact will this Pokemon switch have on the battle?
Gold switches back Sunflora and sends out his Togetic as an answer to the Crobat. Who goes for a hidden power poison, not wasting any time to getting some damage on the Sunflora, but unfortunately does not connect with the Pokemon it meant to.
Pokemon fair.
Crobat, however, is going to switch here. What will it switch into? Goes into Sneasel, anticipating the psychic attack from the Togetic, preventing it from landing. There's no way he knew that it had that move, but unfortunately the computer cheats in this game, and that's just the way it goes. Anyways. This unfortunately puts them in a bad position as they are forced to switch, unable to take on this Sneasel. Out comes the Sudowoodo. As it is frozen by an Ice Beam. That is very unfortunate for Gold, and unfortunately means he will not be able to retaliate against this threat of a Pokemon. It stays in and continues to Ice Beam away, hoping to take down this Sudowoodo, as it is unable to break free from its icy prison, no matter how hard it tries. Another Ice Beam yet again. And Gold is in some serious trouble here, as most of his mons are actually weak to this Pokemon, and he has no alternate answer. Down goes the Sudowoodo.
The next Pokemon needs to be prepared.
Next comes out Raichu as the only Pokemon that potentially damages Pokemon without taking super effective damage. But will it be enough? Unfortunately, Sneasel does outspeed here. Will it be able to take down Raichu with an Ice Beam? It does not, as Raichu holds on, but can Raichu take this out in one blow? Or will it fall short? Thunderbolt hits the Sneasel, but Sneasel eats it relatively well and sticks around on the battlefield. Unfortunately, that means it will be able to go for another Ice Beam and take the Raichu down.
That's a hit. Yes, it's going down. There's a distinct difference in the number of remaining Pokemon for each side.
Gold switches in his Sunflora, but knows there is no way he can break through Silver's remaining team, and chooses to hang in the towel as there is no possible way to victory. What an upset. Gold is unfortunately eliminated from the tournament, and Silver is able to reclaim his second chance and continue into the third round. The next matchup will be between Janine and Blaine. Who will come out on top? The fearsome Fire-type Pokemon Master, or the Poison-type Master Janine, who managed to defeat her father Koga, putting her into the second chance round. Let us see who I'll be controlling in the next matchup. And it looks to be Janine. Can Janine pull this off? Or will she fall to Blaine? Okay, the teams are locked in. Unfortunately, Janine has many Pokemon that are weak to Blaine's typing. How will this affect the battlefield going forward? Let's find out today.
Pre-battle is about to get underway. A hot battle involving the hopeful champs of tomorrow has just started.
Janine leads off with her Ariados, hoping they could potentially put some hurt in before it goes down. Knowing it's not going to be too useful in this battle, but could potentially give them some kind of edge if it does well.
Combatants face each other.
Fire Blast is unleashed from the Charizard here. Will it connect? That is unfortunate. Is it able to hold on? Gone! It's a one-hit wonder. A bad matchup for Janine right off the bat. Whatever will she do against this onslaught of terrifying Pokemon?
What will be next? Oh,
She switches into her Tentacruel as a hope that this Pokemon will be able to put in some serious hit on the Charizard here. But Charizard is faster and goes for the Outrage. Interesting choice of move. As she goes for the surf. Charizard takes a heavy blow, but it is able to hang in there. Meaning it gets another chance to get in some damage on the Tentacruel. As Tentacruel manages to somehow get in there at the last second. Seems there's a speed tie of some kind. And Tentacruel came out on top. Next is Typhlosion. What will they do in the face of this terrifying Pokemon? Will she be able to take down another of Blaine's with her water type? Unfortunately, this one possesses Earthquake. And it nails the Tentacruel, doing some solid damage. Tentacruel's able to hold on and gets off yet another Surf. Trying to dampen the spirit of Blaine as it gets a critical hit. And one-shots the Typhlosion. Bringing it down and putting her in the lead. Next comes out Houndoom. What will she do against this terrifying Pokemon? It is a Fire and Dark type and quite a threat, as she is able to outspeed with her Tentacruel once again and goes for a Surf, getting yet another critical hit, bringing another one of Blaine's Pokemon down. Blaine is unfortunately on the back foot here. He only has 3 Pokemon remaining while Erica has 5. Can Blaine somehow turn this around? Or will this be the end of his team? To this terrifying threat that is Tentacruel, that has wiped out so many Pokemon up to this point, as it goes for Surf once again. Trying to wash away the Arcanine, but the Bright Powder kicks in as Sunny Day is unleashed, allowing the Arcanine to stay on the battlefield. Janine switches back her Tentacruel, knowing that they cannot take advantage of this sun, as it will dampen the water strength when it comes to attacking on this Arcanine. And she immediately switches out into her Crobat. As Arcanine goes for a devastating Fire Blast under the sun. That's going to connect, doing major damage to Crobat here. And is very unfortunate for Janine. Janine instructs her Crobat to use Confuse Ray, hoping to shut down this Arcanine. As Bright Powder kicks in once again, allowing Blaine to stick around with his Arcanine. And removing one of her terrifying threat Pokemon, that was Crobat, which we've seen Confuse Ray the hell out of Pokemon and back many times before. Out comes her Nidoqueen. The ground typing will be very advantageous against the fire types here, and will not be affected by the heat of the sun. But Arcanine is definitely faster and goes for another Fire Blast in the sun. Will it be enough? No, unfortunately it misses, allowing Nidoqueen to get off a free Earthquake here, which could be devastating. Arcanine did not appreciate that Earthquake as it took it under half health. How will this battle go is anybody's guess at this point, as another Fire Blast is unleashed under the sun from the Arcanine, which finally connects, hitting the Nidoqueen for some serious damage, bringing it under half. But another Earthquake will finish it off. Or it won't, as Bright Powder kicks in once again, saving the Arcanine here. Luck on both sides of the field for both trainers. Janine's been getting crits, and this Arcanine's been able to avoid many blows thanks to that Bright Powder. And manages to burn the Nidoqueen, which could be huge, cutting this attack down massively, preventing it from taking it out here. As Arcanine holds on somehow, some way, and is able to even the score between the two, bringing down the Nidoqueen. This sets it up to a 3-on-3 Pokemon battle, as she goes back into a safe switch of Tentacruel, who's been devastating Blaine's forces since it came out onto the field. It goes for Surf here, and manages to take down the Arcanine, much to Blaine's upsetance. But unfortunately, that's the way it goes. If Blaine can somehow turn this battle around and get rid of this Tentacruel, he'll be in for a good shot of being able to win this tournament and claim his way into the third round. However, Tentacruel once again outspeeds his Pokemon and goes for yet another Surf. It's devastating, hitting the Magmar, which does serious damage. This Magmar unleashes a flamethrower. Will it be enough to take it out here? Unfortunately not, as Tentacruel seems to be stalwart in the face of the flamethrower, not even being phased, and goes for yet another Surf, bringing Blaine down to his last Pokemon, as it will surely take out the Magmar here. What an impressive showing from both trainers. Who thought today's battles would go the way they have? Blaine's down to his last Pokemon, Rapidash. Can it potentially bring him a victory here? Can it turn things around? It outspeeds and goes for the Fire Blast, which they are definitely not going to appreciate. It doesn't take down the Tentacruel, but does manage to burn it. And Tentacruel goes for yet another Surf, devastating Blaine's Rapidash here. But it manages to hold on. But a burn will eventually take down the Tentacruel. This fierce Pokemon turned the battle around for Janine. And Blaine is up against two Pokemon now in a 2 versus 1 situation. Can he turn this around? Can he win? Or will Janine prove that she is a master of poison types here and show that she will not be defeated by Blaine's fearsome Pokemon? It goes for a Fire Blast. Can it KO the Vileplume in one hit though? That remains to be seen. It connects. But Vileplume holds on and unleashes a devastating Sludge Bomb, colliding with Blaine's Rapidash here. And unfortunately, it will take it down, allowing Janine to stay in the tournament, going on to round 3. What an upset for Blaine. That Tentacruel did everything she needed it to get her the victory here today. Arcanine tried its best, but eventually fell. And that signaled the end of the battle at that point, as there was no way Blaine could overcome their forces. Next up is a match between Lorelei and Clair. An unfortunate matchup for Clair, as she'll be tasked with dealing with Ice-type Pokemon against her Dragon types. Will Lorelei be able to claim victory here and knock Clair out of the tournament? Or will Clair somehow pull through and knock out Lorelei? Let us see. Okay, I'll be controlling Clair for this battle. Can I get Clair a win against Lorelei and knock Lorelei out of the tournament? Lorelei is a massive threat. She was able to pull up a great fight against my team. But will Clair be able to reign victorious here today? Okay, the teams are locked in. Can Clair claim a victory over Lorelei here? Or will she fall? That is the true question.
Battle is about to get underway. A hot battle involving the hopeful champs of tomorrow has just started.
Clair leads off with Dragonair. And they lead off with Lapras. That is a terrible matchup, unfortunately, for us. Unfortunately, Dragonair is going to be switched out here, not allowing the Lapras to get off a free Ice Beam, as Gyarados comes out to play against the Lapras here. Will they be able to claim victory over the Lapras, or will the Lapras reign victorious here? Gyarados goes for Thunderbolt here. Will it be enough? Will it not? It doesn't seem like it, as Lapras is going to be able to get off a free Thunder here, which is 4 times super effective. And it nails the Gyarados, unfortunately taking it out. Putting Lorelei already in a lead, which is not what Clair wants. Claire realizes she's in trouble here.
For another go.
Against this threat that is Lapras. And goes into Dragonair.
Wearing off in battle.
Dragonair is able to outspeed and goes for Thunderbolt, but will it be enough to bring down the Lapras? No, it will not. This is unfortunate. How will Claire ever overcome this Ice-type and Water-type Pokemon, which is incredibly bulky?
The white-hot battle continues.
Claire needs a crit here. Oh, this is going to go downhill very quickly, as she unfortunately got a bad luck with the matchup, but gets a paralysis. Will it pull through? It does! Allowing the Dragonair to stick around and get off a free Thunderbolt here, bringing the Lapras down. Finally putting an end to its tyrannical reign, and even in the score to 5 versus 5. But unfortunately for Claire, Dragonair's already taken a severe amount of damage. How will she respond to this threat?
Oh, it's Articuno.
Out comes Articuno, and unfortunately there is not much that Claire's Dragonair can do here against this threat of a Pokemon, which is a legendary with the ice and flying typing, which will rain decimation upon Claire's Dragon type team.
We're eagerly awaiting the appearance of the next Pokemon. Oh, it's
Claire switches in Kingdra here, hoping that because it's not weak to ice, it may be able to put up a decent threat against the Articuno. Goes for a Dragon Breath, hoping for a paralysis. Can it get it on the first turn? That'd be huge. It does not, but it does get a critical hit, despite doing not much damage.
what will it do?
Articuno's going to retaliate with a Fierce Ice Beam, and that's going to do a lot to Kingdra here.
Sparks are flying from both competitors.
Unfortunately, Ice Beam's going to go off. It seems to be a bit of a speed tie here.
That inflicted some
As Ice Beam is going to connect with Kingdra once again.
How's that?
Out comes another Dragon Breath, hoping for paralysis, and it gets it. Could this potentially turn this battle around for Kingdra? Could it allow it to eventually take down this Articuno that is a threat? Or will it fail?
What now?
Kingdra goes for Surf here. It does a solid amount of damage, but it's not enough. However, Articuno does get fully paralyzed, allowing Kingdra to regain some more HP. What fortuitous luck for Claire here, as they could potentially take out Articuno with this next Surf. But will Articuno be able to hold on? It does with 1 HP. The devastation of the Ice Beam coming through, hitting Kingdra with a solid blast. Unfortunately, bringing it down to low HP. Kingdra's days are numbered on this battlefield. But it will be able to finish the Articuno, putting them in a decent position.
Right, that's a hit. Yes, it's going down.
However, this does not mean they have victory yet.
Will appear next. Oh, it's Dugong.
As out comes Dugong. Unfortunately, Kingdra is already pretty injured here. There's not much it can do. It tries to get a paralysis on the Dugong at least to potentially help out its team. However, no paralysis can be found as Dugong eats a hit without too much issue and goes for another devastating Ice Beam, which she is definitely not going to appreciate.
Hung on by
But she manages to hold on just barely.
and restored HP with some leftovers. One Pokemon is still capable of going on. But the
Kingdra
other
goes for the Hidden Power Grass, hoping to get in some solid damage here. But it doesn't do too much to the Dugong, as it begins to retire with yet another Ice Beam, and that'll be the end of Kingdra. The Pokemon which can't be super effectively hit by Ice types is slowly dwindling down.
Which Pokemon will join the battle now? Oh, it's Charizard.
Out comes Charizard. Could Charizard potentially turn this around for Claire? Unfortunately, it is up against a Water type, which will be a massive threat to her team. Can it land this Fire Blast for neutral damage? It does, doing some solid damage to the Dugong, but it's not enough to take it out. As Dugong sets up the Rain Dance, dampening any hope of another Fire Blast being able to do the damage that is needed.
They're both hanging tough.
Charizard goes for an Earthquake here, hoping it'll be enough to take down the Dugong before he gets a Rain Boosted Surf off. But Dugong holds on with 5 HP and will get off a free Rain Boosted Surf, which Charizard will definitely not appreciate. Charizard, however, does manage to hang on just barely. And is able to get in another attack before it will inevitably go down next turn. Devastating Wing Attack is unleashed and nails the Dugong.
What Pokemon will appear next? Oh, it's Slowbro.
Lorelei sends in her Slowbro, a Water type. Unfortunately, dampening any chance that Charizard has to continue this winning streak, as Clair switches it back, hoping to save it for yet another Pokemon, which they may end up inevitably having to face. And out comes the Dragonite to potentially soak up any Surf that will be unleashed, but Slowbro just goes for Psychic. Dragonite takes the hit relatively well, but unfortunately the damage has already been done here. They go for a Stab Wing Attack, taking advantage of their high attack stat. That will be Stab, and it doesn't do much to the Slowbro here, unfortunately. And it begins to set up an Amnesia, which is bad news for Clair. The rain ends though, however, as she goes for yet another Wing Attack, hoping to dampen this Slowbro Spirit. But it is not doing anywhere near enough it needs to, as Slowbro unleashes yet another fierce Psychic Blast into the Dragonite. Dragonite goes for another Wing Attack, hoping to get some serious damage in. But again, Slowbro stands firm, unable to unleash yet another Psychic Blast, bringing Clair's Pokemon weaker and weaker towards its defeat. Dragonite goes for a Wing Attack yet again. Will it be enough? Will they get the crit? They need it. They do not. And Slowbro is able to remain on the battlefield. That will, however, be the end of Dragonite, as Dragonite inevitably goes down. Clair sends out her Rhydon, hoping that Rhydon can potentially get some damage in before it goes down here. And potentially even the battlefield slightly, as it goes for an Earthquake to take down the Slowbro. Slowbro goes down, but unfortunately, Clair has 2 Pokemon and so does Lorelei, and Lorelei still holds the type advantage here with her types of Pokemon. As out comes Cloyster, a formidable threat, which could potentially bring an end to this Pokemon. It gets the Quick Claw proc and goes for a Stab Rock Slide, which does a solid chunk to the Cloyster here, but is not enough to take it down, as Cloyster goes for a Surf, which will inevitably surely take down the Rhydon here, unless it could somehow hold on, but unfortunately it is unable to. Clair is down to her last Pokemon, but Charizard is in no mood to battle. It doesn't have the HP or the reserves to continue on, but it must persevere. It goes for a Fire Blast. Can it connect? It'll be neutral damage because of its part Ice typing. It does, and Cloyster goes down. This will make it a 1 versus 1 battle here. And her last Pokemon is Jinx. Does Charizard outspeed or does Jinx outspeed Charizard? Can Charizard land a Fire Blast and take out Jinx right now? Can it do it? Can it get a critical hit and claim her the victory here? It nails it. It was going to take it out, but the Focus Band allows it to hang on, and Lorelei will proceed to round 3. Unfortunately, dashing Claire's hopes of continuing any further. And there goes the battle. What an interesting turn of events this battle turned out to be. That Focus Band being pivotal to prevent Clair from continuing on as she is eliminated from the tournament. And Lorelei continues to round 3. Who will win this tournament? We still have many teams yet left to go. Make sure you tune in next time for Giovanni versus Brock and Jasmine versus Whitney. Let me know in the comments down below who you think will win out of those two teams. With that said, thank you very much guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Peace.
I will make you blast off harder than your last loss. Teach you a lesson like you won't bunch of lapdogs. It was fast, huh? You're mad, huh? Want me to slow it down or would you prefer it fast?